Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation of Managing Technology and Innovation. Today we Team 6 are here to present our experience of the Innovation Challenge. Firstly, let me introduce you to the theme of our Innovation Challenge. We were given the topic, walking across water or in the sky. Now this sounds very unusual, but yes, in the end we managed to do both. Let's understand how we did it. The first step was appointing the reporter, in which Emma from our team volunteered to be our reporter. The second step in the challenge was to understand what it was all about and brainstorm to find out various solutions as to how we could walk across water or in the sky. Now this sounds like a very unusual theme, but we did a lot of research, tried to find some inspiration on the internet to know if somebody had walked across water in the sky before. But after a lot of research, what we understood was that we had to do something very unusual in order to actually walk across water or in the sky. After the little brainstorming in our group, we approached the professor to gain some advice and shared our progress regarding the brainstorming sessions that we had and the ideas that we had come up with. After gaining some advice, we had the Eureka moment. The first solution that we found for our challenge was to use a monkey bar in order to walk in the sky. All we had to do now was to find a monkey bar in a park in Grenoble and go shoot our video. But when we actually went for recording the video on the implementation day, the challenge we faced was that we did not find any monkey bar in all the parks that we visited in Grenoble. This was the most challenging part of the entire activity because our earlier plan had completely failed and we had to come up with something absolutely new, impromptu on the day in order to fulfill our task. The solution we found was we as team members, two of us, will lift another of our team member and make them walk across the sky by supporting them on our shoulders. After a few attempts and takes, we did have our final video. And this creative activity actually made us also find out another solution for the other task of the challenge, which was to walk across water. To perform this activity, we all had gathered near the river and we decided to shoot ourselves in such a way that it looks like we are walking across water. Therefore, after a few attempts and some amazing videography skills by the team members, we were able to finally shoot ourselves in such a way that it looked like we were walking across water. Followed by this presentation are small snippets of pictures and videos of our activity that we performed in order to complete the challenge. After which we will hear from our reporter Emma about the entire activity and the entire process that was involved in fulfilling this challenge.
And now for the report of the group work. When the group got assigned the theme, I believe that they were quite curious and a bit confused on how they were going to solve this. Whereas the theme were walk across water or in the sky, the group discussed the possibility of different meanings of the theme. The group members mentioned the possibility of it being something impossible, like a godlike action, or something that involved making something impossible possible. The group discussed this as giving themselves a difficult challenge and being able to solve it. Due to this uncertainty of a given theme, there was only a light discussion of solutions, both realistic, already done, and a bit advanced solution to the theme. Ideas like waterproof socks, walking on raft, creating new equipment that would take them across water or air was something that was mentioned as ideas. When we continued the challenge, we had also a coaching session. The process after the coaching session had a clear progression, but actually understanding the frames of the project, the group quickly understood the direction they were supposed to take, which was a realistic, doable task that allowed them to physically do the given challenge. The clarification seemed like a very great motivator for the group as well, as they came up with clever and funny ideas of solving the challenge. As the group came up with new ideas like ice skating, boat, monkey bars, and so on, it had become a better understanding between each member that allowed them to get their mindset organized in the same way. As there was mentioned ideas that also included payments, this was quickly eliminated and the group understood the factor with walking on air or water with no cost or budget included. So they needed to rethink ideas that didn't cost any money. So when it came to the actual challenge, after some discussion back and forth with the solutions, the group planned a date for everyone to meet up to the challenge, with also including the reporter to document and so on the process. The ideas ended up with using a monkey bars to walk on air. However, there was a slight setback when the area that we checked out didn't have a monkey bar. So even though the group met an obstacle here, they were quite quickly to think of other ideas. The team member and the team spirit remained strong, and within 5 minutes I saw that they already have come up with a new plan, which allowed them to walk on air, as well as build upon their team spirit, trust, and humor. So, then the group continued over to the bridge over the river that crosses Grenoble, and the group used each other as a support to lift us up in the air and walk forward with no feet touching the ground. So, walk on air. The group made sure that at least 2 was able to walk on air, but due to also some height differences, not everyone was able to actually do the challenge. I believe that this way of solving the challenge was quite creative. It was free of charge and funny, an actual way of walking on air. The solution, however, could of course be more original, but after a minor setback with not being able to go through with their initial plan, they used their common knowledge and solved it in a different yet unique way. I also believe that it is worth mentioning that the challenge was walk on either air or water, so the group also wanted to see if they could include both parts. It was, however, a bit more difficult to walk on water than in theory, but they found a spot. They tried some different takes to see if it was doable, and the process that they went through was quite interesting to follow. The creativity was present, tons of humor, and I believe this was quite important for the challenge as well. The result might not be up to 100% what was requested from the assignment, but looking at the progression of how the group was thinking, discussing, and developing, I believe that there was an initiative mindset with them, an innovative mindset, and that they were able to think in a new way, even though the result might not be the most advanced or highly difficult.
Yeah.